Imagine settling in for a routine flight. You're on your way to Beijing from Kuala Lumpur. It's just past midnight on March 8, 2014. On board Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 with you are 238 other souls, passengers and crew. The plane takes off smoothly, climbing into the night sky. Everything seems perfectly normal. The flight attendants are preparing for service. The pilot's voice is calm. Then, less than an hour into the flight, as the plane soars over the South China Sea, the pilot makes his last, chillingly routine radio call. "Good night, Malaysian 370. And then, silence. Just minutes later, something bizarre happens. The plane's transponder, the device that communicates its position to air traffic control, is switched off. MH370 becomes a ghost, vanishing from civilian radar screens. It's as if a Boeing 777, one of the most advanced commercial jets ever built, simply evaporated into thin air. For the families waiting in Beijing, the arrival board flips from on time to delayed, and then ominously it goes blank. Panic begins to set in. What happened next is what transforms this from a tragedy into one of the greatest mysteries of our time. While the plane was invisible to normal radar, military radar and satellite data painted a terrifying picture. Instead of continuing its path to Beijing, the aircraft made a sharp, deliberate turn, flying back over the Malaysian peninsula. It then veered northwest before making another turn south, flying for hours and hours deep into the vast, empty expanse of the southern Indian Ocean. It flew until it likely ran out of fuel. This wasn't a crash, this was a diversion. But why, and by whom? This triggered one of the largest and most expensive search operations in aviation history. Ships, planes, and submarines from multiple countries scoured millions of square kilometers of the ocean floor, an area so remote it's often called the underwater Everest. They searched for years using cutting-edge sonar technology, desperately looking for a sign, a ping from the black box, anything. But they found nothing. The main wreckage, the fuselage, the bodies, they remain lost to the deep. The only physical proof we have that the plane even went down in the ocean comes from scattered pieces of debris that washed ashore, years later, on beaches thousands of kilometers away in places like Madagascar and Reunion Island. A flaperon from the wing, a piece of the cabin interior. These fragments confirmed the plane met a tragic end, but they offered no answers as to why. The void of information has been filled with countless theories. Was it a sophisticated hijacking by terrorists? Did the pilot, Zahari Ahmad Shah, deliberately crash the plane in a horrific act of mass murder-suicide? Some point to his home flight simulator, which had a similar flight path plotted on it as damning evidence. Others defend him fiercely, pointing to a lack of any motive. Or was it something else entirely? A sudden, catastrophic technical failure or fire that incapacitated the crew, leaving the plane to fly on autopilot as a ghost flight until it ran out of fuel? After years of searching and investigation, the official report came to a heartbreaking and frustrating conclusion. They simply don't know. The case was declared unsolved. For the families of the 239 people on board, there is no closure, only a decade of agonizing questions. Where are their loved ones? What were their final moments like? MH370 didn't just disappear from radar screens. It disappeared from the world, leaving behind a mystery that continues to haunt us all.